Okay. Betteva.
Ittenu.
Sorry. We are in 6th unit. Okay, another part is dimensionality reduction techniques. 6th unit, another part is dimensionality reduction technique. Okay. Okay, now we are going to see what is dimensionality and what is dimensionality reduction and what are the techniques that are going to be used for performing dimensionality reduction technique. Okay. Okay, before going to discuss all those things, let us recall once again. Notepad I have to open. Where is it? Notepad open. Okay, let us see. Okay, here unit number 6 contains two topics. First one is dimensionality, reduction, dimensionality reduction. Next one is okay, principal component analysis. Principal component analysis. Okay, so these are the two topics that will come under first part of unit number 6. Okay, I already completed principal component analysis in yesterday's video. Okay. Okay, next I am going to cover the dimensionality reduction. Okay, dimensionality reduction. In this we are going to see. Okay, in this we are going to see. Okay, first one is what is dimension? Dimension means what? Okay, dimension means what? Okay, dimension means what? Okay, next one is okay. Okay, what is dimensionality? Dimensionality. What is dimensionality? Next one is curse of dimensionality. Curse of dimensionality. Curse of dimensionality. Curse of dimensionality. Okay, curse of dimensionality. Okay, and regarding that, to understand about curse of dimensionality, we will see an example. We will see an example. We will see an example. Okay, next one is after knowing that example, okay, we are going to discuss about dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality. Okay, dimensionality. Okay, reduction. Dimensionality reduction means what? Okay, dimensionality reduction. Okay, reduction. Okay, this is the concept that we are going to discuss today. Okay, if I complete this, totally half of the 6th unit is over. Okay, so here in first we are going to discuss what is a dimensional. Okay, under dimensional reduction, what is the dimensionality? After that, we have to understand about what is curse of dimensionality. Okay, with an example. To understand the curse of dimensionality, we are taking an example. Next, we are going to see dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction. Okay, dimensionality reduction. Okay, dimensionality reduction. After dimensionality reduction, okay, after a dimensionality reduction, okay, we are going to see, okay, so to understand about dimensionality reduction, okay, to understand about dimensionality reduction, we will see an example. Okay, we will see an example to understand the dimensionality reduction. Okay, after that, advantages of dimensionality reduction. Advantages of advantages of dimensionality reduction. Okay, advantages of dimensionality reduction. Okay, advantages of dimensionality. Okay, dimensionality, okay, dimensionality reduction. Okay, and next we are going to see drawbacks of dimensionality reduction. That means the disadvantages of dimensionality reduction. Disadvantages of dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality reduction. Okay, so this is about dimensionality reduction. Okay, here listen carefully. Okay, here in this class we are going to see all these things. Okay, now I am going to complete all these things. Okay, under dimensionality reduction, first we are going to see about what is dimensionality. Second one is what is curse of dimensionality. To understand curse of dimensionality, we are taking an example. Next, okay, dimensionality reduction. What is dimensionality reduction? To understand dimensionality reduction, we are going to take an example. Next one is advantages of dimensionality reduction and disadvantages of dimensionality reduction. Okay, okay, disadvantages of dimensionality reduction. Okay, okay. After that, okay, we are going to see components of dimensionality reduction. Components of dimensionality reduction. Components of dimensionality reduction. Methods to perform dimensionality reduction. Okay, okay, we will see afterwards. Okay, okay, here according to that I write a material. I am opening my material. Next, what is dimensionality? Okay, in the general meaning of dimensionality in machine learning. Okay, the general meaning of dimensionality in machine learning is number of features. Number of features are input variables in a data set. In our data set, whatever we are going to take the data set, in that data set, okay, number of input variables or number of features will be considered as a dimensionality. Whatever we are taking the data set, okay, whatever we are going to taking the data set, in that data set there are several variables are going to be present. Okay, okay, so we are going to consider it as input variables. Number of input variables or number of features that are present in the data set can be referred as a dimensionality. Okay, okay, in terms of machine learning. Okay, in case of machine learning, dimensionality refers to number of features are okay, number of features are number of input variables that are present in the data set. Okay, so we conclude that dimensionality means features. Dimensionality means features. These features may be independent features or target output features. These features may be independent features or are target output features. Basically, the features okay, are acting like a attributes. Okay, the features are acting like a attributes. So features are also to be also considered as attributes. So okay, define dimensionality. Define dimensionality means okay, in case of machine learning, dimensionality okay can be referred as a number of features or input variables in a given data set. That means whatever we are going to consider the data set, in that data set the number of features or number of input variables, okay, it will be considered as a dimensionality. Okay, basically the dimensionality okay is acting like a attributes. Okay, basically the dimensionality means features are basically like attributes. So the features are also going to be called as attributes. Okay, features may be independent features or okay, target output features. Okay, this is about dimensionality. Okay, next one is curse of dimensionality. Okay, curse of dimensionality. Okay, curse of dimensionality means what? What means here, whenever the number of features increases exponentially relative to the number of observations in the data set, then certain algorithms struggle to train effective models. This is called curse of dimensionality. That means whenever we are increasing the number of features, okay, okay, to train the model, okay, then the model is going to be confused to produce the accurate value. Okay, to produce the accurate value. Okay, accurate value up to a beyond the limit of features. That is what is called curse of dimensionality. Okay, so up to a certain limit of features, the model is going to produce accurate values. Okay, after limiting is over, okay, that model doesn't produce accurate values. That is what is called curse of dimensionality. That is what is called curse of dimensionality. Okay, curse of dimensionality means when the number of features are going to be increases, okay, relative to the number of observations in the data set. In that case, some algorithms are going to be struggle to obtain the accurate value, That is what is called curse of dimensionality. Okay, curse of dimensionality means whenever the number of features are going to be increased due to the number of observations in the data set, in that case, the algorithms are going to be feel difficult to obtain the accurate values. That is what is called curse of dimensionality. Okay, okay, to understand about the curse of dimensionality, okay, let us consider an example. Okay, so there are here there are 7 models I am taking. Okay, M1 is a model, M2 is a model, M3 is a model, M4 is a model, M5 is a model, M6 and M7. Okay, here let us consider 7 models, 7 independent models. All these models are independent from one to each other. They doesn't depend upon one model to another model. Okay, M1 is independent model, M2 is another independent model, M3 is another independent model, M4 is another independent model, M5 is another independent model, M6 is another independent model, M7 is another independent model. Okay, let us consider 7 independent models. Okay, now what we are going to do is I am going to train this model. Okay, M1 with 2 features. Okay, I am going to train. Okay, let us consider a simple example. Okay, let us consider a simple example. Now we have to find out what the price of the house with respect to size of the house and number of rooms. Okay, here corresponding to the size of the house, okay, corresponding to the number of rooms that are present in the house, we conclude the price of the house. That means I want to find the price of the house depending upon the size of the house and depending upon the number of rooms contained by the house. So here the attributes are 2. Okay, here attributes are 2. Okay, 2 input independent attributes are there. 2 input independent attributes are there. What are those input independent attributes? One is size of the house, another one is the number of rooms of the house. These are the 2 independent inputs. Corresponding to these 2 independent inputs, we need to find a price of the house. This is the example that I am considering. Okay, now here our target output, that means whatever we want to find, the output that will be considered as a